Yes guys, and welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102. We've got a little window of time to quickly sneak some videos in, but this is breaking news. You can see in the title, the Lowend to Legend, part 26, game over. Game over, you're thinking, what does game over mean? Well, let me explain. First things first, let's fire the bad boy up. And that ain't going to work, is it? So let's just mount our ISO. I forgot that I rebooted the computer. So basically, where to start then as to what I mean by game over. Due to unforeseen circumstances, this game has finished. Now the timing of it isn't too bad because it's literally at the end of season 31. Now I'm going to let you guys draw your own conclusion as to who you feel did the best. In terms of managerial credentials, I'd say me. But, you know, I'm not going to divulge into it too much. The game is coming to an end due to unforeseen circumstances. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the game right after this video. So it is kaput. And it does mean, of course, there's no planned new network games in motion. There's nothing new planned, so I am going to have a lot more time on my hands in terms of playing network game. But if anybody is on the forums, drop me a message so we'll see what we can do. I'm going to take a bit of time out because I am going away day after tomorrow. So basically, this is what I want to get my videos done. So Matt finishes his reign with Galatasaray. He led them to a brilliant title, and he did really well to actually get the title. I expected him to. I think he had a bit of a shocking setup, but he did manage to bring in 10 quality players, and he's led himself to the title and into the top tier of Turkish football. So a big well done to Matt. Whilst me, I can't even remember where we were at the last time, but I ended up taking over Benfica towards the back end of the season. We got the big job, and Benfica, of course, have got a ridiculous amount of money in the bank, 1.84 billion. It was actually 2 billion because we've spent 140 million on all our players, with an expectation that we should be challenging for the Portuguese. But do you know what? It's a little bit academic, really, isn't it? Because what I will quickly do though, before we go any further, I'll give you a quick recap now on where the game all started, in respect of how it all started. Let's start with Matt then, and I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go with Matt. We'll go with Matt. Non-player. We'll have a look at his credentials as a manager, his profile. There he is, 89 years of age. And let's talk about his history now then. He started out, where are we? Let's go. This is where he wants to go. He started out as Oxford City, of course, in the Conference North from myself. He was dismissed at the end of the season, not because he did shit, but because he did fucking shit. He was relegated, he finished bottom, which was an automatic sacking. He spent a year unemployed before taking over Bishop Stortford, who arrived in the Conference North. He led them to promotions before getting the Cardiff City job, and then eventually to West Ham, where he completed the English leg of the game. He then moved to Regensburg before moving in the second tier of German football, before moving to Mönchengladbach, where he claimed the German leg. St Etienne then begged for him, and he took it. And he went to Lyon, who had a lot of money. He claimed the French leg. Spain was a bit of a tough time. He went to Athletic Bilbao, and then he went to Elche. And after 5.5 years in Spain, he did it with Elche. He then went to DC United and he got himself a very, very quick title indeed. You can see the difference in dates there. A quick title in the United States before moving to Torino. Torino then saw him move to Milan to claim the Italian leg. After Milan, he went to Australia. It took him a year to get out of Australia. He won the title. He then went to Argentina. Argentina was a difficult time for him, where he did it at the Gimnasia. He went to, before going to San Lorenzo, before taking a title. He then went to Atletico Goianiense, if that's how you pronounce it, before moving to Botafogo and winning the Brazilian leg. And as we know, he's at Galatasaray at present. So, in total, 9 legs completed of the tour. So a big well done. I think, there's no doubt. It is a huge well done. Let me remind you, we had 18 legs. 18 legs of the game. So, to be fair, he did half of them. And as I said, season 31 just concluded, the start of season 32. So, to compile 9 legs, half the amount in 31 seasons, he'll be very, very pleased indeed. Now, over to myself now then. Let's first of all look at my attributes. Not looking really brilliant, are we? Okay, and in terms of the jobs, let's go from the very start then. We started out then, I've got this wrote down on a thing. We started out with Warrington, the Conference North. We moved to Hartlepool through merit, Norwich through merit. Norwich, we won the FA Cup. We went to West Ham through merit. We were sensationally sacked days before the FA Cup final. We came back into English football with Stockport County. We moved to Leeds and took the English leg. With Leeds United. We moved to St Mirren in the Championship of Scotland, moved to Rangers, took that with ease. Rostock, then Dortmund were next on the agenda in Germany. We then went to France to take Caen and then PSG. We went to America, into Miami. Now, we didn't actually claim the American leg at that point. We had to bide our time and come out of America and return at a later date. More about that in a moment. Went to Torino before leapfrogging to Roma to take the Italian leg. We went to Talleres in Argentina and then taken River Plate to Glory. Perth Glory. Now, this was interesting because we left River, went to Perth Glory. This was a cheeky leg, a bit like what Matt had in America. A cheeky one in Australia. Where we went to Perth Glory on the 19th of January 2043. We left for Espanyol less than 6 months later because we concluded the Australian leg. Espanyol, we then went to Barcelona before taking the leg. We returned to the United States, to New York, where we did it. We then went to Argentina, Villanova, before then taking over Bragantino. Sorry, I've got that totally wrong, and I'm having a little bit of a spastic moment here. Oh, they're bankrupt. So, do you know what? That is crazy. I don't even know why I clicked on that. Villanova before going to Bragantino, before going to Flamengo to get through the Brazilian leg of the game. Crazy. We then went to China, Shandong, and we did it. At the second time of asking, we were there for a season and a half. We then went to Greece, Kavala, before moving to PAOK and concluding the Greek leg. And of course, here we are in Portugal, where we went to AVS first and having recently taken over Benfica. So we concluded 12 legs of the tour, 12 legs. And the legs, of course, that were still to elude us was anywhere in Holland, Belgium, Japan and Russia. Turkey, of course, Matt was in Turkey, as I said, as we speak. So that is the Lowend to Legend. Game is complete. Draw your own conclusions on how you feel it went generally. I mean, we both got a sacking each. We both did what we needed to do. I think sackings are hard to accept sometimes in terms of circumstances. I felt mine at West Ham was unjustified. I think they were in a better position than when we took them over and we were in the FA Cup final. Matt's sacking, there's no doubt, he won't mind me saying this, was deserved. He finished bottom of the Conference North. What do you expect? A pat on the back and a fucking punnet of strawberries? Fuck no. Okay, so that's it from me, guys, and the Lowend to Legend series. Till next time, until the next series, the next game, whatever it may be, take it easy.